Hey guys, we're gonna go through the first strategy, and the first strategy is very, very simple. Let's go through NAS and US 30 first, right? So let's go through the NASDAQ. Very, very simply, there's a very faded box right here. It's gray. So with that, it's telling you what time is best to actually deal with it. Okay. So first and foremost, we're looking at up the street and down the street in the driveway, right? Up the street, down the street in the driveway. So very, very simply, we have the background, which is telling you which way it's probably leaning. That's not always the case, right? There could be retracements, but that's strong, that's powerful, that's great, right? Then we have colored candles to let you know where pressure is, right? So we know that this is going back and forward most of the day, and it had been buying for a good while. This is why these are light blue instead of just straight red. You see that this one turned red, so it pushed very, very heavily, and it's right around the time in this box where we dropped off of here, retested it, and so that will be your move for the day, right? That would be your move for the day. Where could you take profit? Here and here. That would be it. So how many pips is that? We're only looking for about 20, 40 pips, something like that is fine. That was 85, 89 pips. Okay, now let's look at NQ. If you're on futures, it's the same structure, it's the same setup, it's the same everything. You see how it's the exact same, but when you do it and you measure this, guess what? Now we see that to be the right number, which is 372 ticks. So 372 times one contract is 5. That's how much that move was worth. One contract 5, two contracts 10. So that would have been 1,500, 1,600, maybe 3,000 if you use two contracts. So that's that, right? We'll just say two contracts on the regular. If we do two contracts on the regular, here's the box again, the little faded box. We went up the street this time. Up the street, and all the way up here. That's 1,000 ticks. Okay? The thing about this, while we're looking at it, these levels are not going to show up unless you're inside of that day rewound. So this is what these levels look like, and they stay still. They do not change. So if we fast forward it a bit, an hour, it went right to the targets. So take profit 1, 2, and 3. All hit. Right? Stayed there for a few, peeled back for a few. That's literally what that day did yesterday. Okay, so now you know what to look for. It's either going to go up the street, down the street, as long as we're in this execution box. That's what we're looking to do. Okay, execution box is here, right? And what did it do? It ended up going down the street first. Let's peel back here. That's what we're looking like. So we got some resistance, right? We got a level right here, a level right here, and down the street right here. Okay, so that's what we have. This looks like 9 o'clock, 9:30. 9:30 it pulled back and bought right off of that resistance, or bought right off of that level. Okay, they ended up going up the street pretty far. Okay, now the background is pink, right? So how many ticks is this? We only need about 80. Here it is, 181 ticks. That's the same thing as 20 pips on NAS. 80 ticks is 20 pips on NAS. Okay, so you just divide by 4. So there you go, 180 divided by 4, that's about 40 some odd pips. So you're good for the day right there. And then it even went further, made this blue, so it turned blue, came all the way up here, and look what happened here. Another 117. Peeled back in here, then went up 398. You see? So that's that. Earlier in the night, we're not dealing with execution in here, but it went down the street. We're in pink, so it went down the street and then came back up the street. You see? So here's the next one. Execution box right here. We came down here and we ended up going down the street. How far did we go? Did we go 80? We're looking for 80. Take profit 1. That's 147. It's 570 ticks. That's plenty. Absolutely plenty. Execution box, here we are. We're already out. So what happens when we're already out of here? That's the question. What happens when we're already out? Well, that means it's probably going to happen later on in the evening. Or if it's already done, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all. This one happened at 1 p.m. So this is what we looked like. Where did it sell off of? So it already went all the way up here. Then it came back into play and sold like that. See how it plays with those boxes and those take profits? Plays with those beautifully. And then snatch down this whole wick right here. So even if you just did this, guess what? That's 280 ticks. Take profit 1, take profit 2. You get a notification when it hits these. So you always get a notification when it hits these. Then on top of that, when it came back up here, what did it do? Bang, it came right back up in that same hour and gave you this. Take profit 1, and then here, 535. So that's what that day was. Here's another day. It started out really, really early. And 12 in the morning. And what did it do? It bought all the way back to down the street. Then what? Well, we waited a little bit longer. That's 3 p.m. It actually happened at 1 p.m. as well. 1 p.m., 165. Could have been just that. But if you wait until 3 p.m., it did all the rest of that. Now, of course, this is a lot of action in here. You would have known that it was happening. We're inside of the box with the execution. Here you go. This is what it would have looked like. Hey, we're blue. We're buying. That's one contract. Take the profit. You see how it plays perfectly with this stuff. Okay? That's what that is. So you see what's going on. Here's another one. Just at a glance, you know what's going on. Here's another one. This is when Trump fired off crazy. What did it do? It went down the street. Quick. It went down the street quickly. So here you go. Up the street, down the street. It went up the street first. Came back in. And was working its way down the street. You would have... Wow. This is 10 minutes at a time. That's 10 minutes at a time. So you would have caught that. Why? Because you would have got an alert that it was going down the street and you could have popped in and then grabbed the rest of that. That's a lot of money. Alright, here we go again. Execution box. What did it do? It tapped back into here. Tried to tap back in here. Tap back in here, there. So you see it. So every day is cooking. Execution box right here. Here you go. Bought. Crazy. This is just the NASDAQ. Execution box. What did it do? Sold. Right here. Execution box is here. It didn't even touch it because it already did it earlier on. Not much of a move. No worries if you would have popped in here. Or if you were watching during the execution time. No alerts would have came off, so you wouldn't have been alerted. But you see what's going on. Move up. I got you. And then, sorry about that. So, now here's US 30, right? Here's US 30. One, bang. What does it look like? Execution. There we go. Up the street. Take profit 1 and 2 and 3. This was today, Tuesday. Here's Monday. Here's what's that? Friday. Right? Thursday. It's all, you see it over and over and over again. So if you do that and only that, you'll be profitable, no problem. And you're getting text messages or notifications or sounds every time that this is happening. So you're not even having to stare at the chart. Tuesday. Right? Monday. Friday. Thursday. Every day. Wednesday. Both ways. Tuesday. Both ways. Monday. Execution box. So very, very simply, this is what it is. Look at that. Tapped it perfectly. Bought crazy. Okay. So we're only dealing with the NASDAQ and US 30. Now for in gold, I would say in the PM. So a little bit earlier on in the night is when it's trying to break out of these things. So here we go. Bang, bang. Look at this thing. Just fell off the face of the earth. Between 8:30 and 9:30, something shaking. And there it goes. Crazy. Crazy bag. The day before, bought. Day before that, sold. So early on in the day, didn't get out there until later on, 7 a.m. But the notification would have came through. Came through here, sold. Tried to buy, didn't go all the way out, sold again, sold. Early on again, bam, bought. Came back in, bought again later on, 3 a.m. Tapped again, execution time. Perfect, gone. So if it's not happening early on, it's happening later on. 9 o'clock, bang. 5 in the morning, bang. 8 a.m. execution time. Tried to tap back in, it did not, but it already had made this money. Look at that. 9 p.m. gone. Sold it. Came back. You see it. What time is this? 1 a.m. Didn't get out till then. Got out a little bit later. What is this? Inside. So it didn't get out till later. Tried to tap again. Bought. Choppy day, but in execution time, it would have did its thing at least. Tap, gone. Execution time, it did. Execution time back here, it did not. Right, 9 p.m. really didn't. Just did it at midnight. Right. Choppy. Come up execution time. Bang. If it's choppy and it's not doing nothing during this 9 p.m. or Asian time, then it's probably going to just show up in New York. So if it's not really pulling out of here early, check in New York. And it should be doing something then. There it is. And then, there it is. Alright. Pulled out early, great. Pulled out early, 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11, pulled out early and pulled out later. When I say pull out, I mean pull out of the driveway. So tapped in, not really moving, show up during execution time, well, New York time, and you see it happen. Popped out early, right here, perfect. Execution time, it just kept on buying off of this over and over again. Popped out early, gone. Execution time popped out like that. Popped out early. So you see it every single day. If it's not popping out here, then it's gonna be popping during execution time in New York. In DC execution time. So 8 a.m. bam, execution time again. Didn't pop out much. Execution time it did. Didn't pop out much again here. 1 a.m. it did. Execution time, fire. What is that? 1 a.m. gone. Early, did it. Every day. Every day, every day, every day, every day. Okay? So that is the first. That's the first strategy. And that can honestly be the only strategy. You don't really need anything else from it. It could be just that. You see it's going to hit these take profits. It's going to do its thing on a daily basis. Let's see what's happening here. Let's see what's happening here. What did it do? It see? Even when it's looking choppy, you see what it's tapping off of. It's tapping off of the take profit levels. You see it. Even when it's choppy, it's tapping off these take profit levels. And the driveway. Here we go again. Let's see what it did. Tapped off of this take profit level twice. It just lined up with the low. Came back up, hit that one. Came back up, hit that one. Came back to the high. It still haven't broken out yet. So again, when it doesn't break out much during the agent session, all you do is wait until execution time. That's between about 8 Eastern time and about 11:30. And what did it do? Take profit, take profit, take profit. So that's it. That's for gold. And we'll do one more because I haven't looked at any of this until just now. I'm just flowing through it for you guys. So let's see what it did. This is 7 p.m., 8 p.m. It's all after 8 p.m. There you go. Touched it perfect. Look at that. Touched it perfect. Come on, man. Come on. That's the whole thing right there. I don't even know if it's going to do anything else. Sheesh. You think it is? I don't know. Ooh, is it going to go? It look like it's slowing down. Let's see what execution time that day is. And I'll leave it at this. We'll put this on the 5-minute. 50 minutes per tick. Look at that. It did it again. Exactly. Oh, it did it again. Oh my goodness. Look at that. So, oh my goodness. So this is 5 a.m. What did it do? Tapped this perfectly. Went here. Tapped both of those. Take profit 1 and 2. Early on it did that. Take profit 1 and 2. Then execution time, 8 o'clock. Tapped it. 1 and 2. Can't make this up. Cannot make this up. So that's the whole entire strategy. And all you need is a couple of indicators. These are the custom indicators that we're dealing with. And that's it, man. You see it every single day. So I'll catch you on the next video.